Greg Shoemaker, TriState football here at Fenwick High School with new head coach Mark Mueller. And Mark, you got pulled back into it. Thought you were going to be away from it after a couple years off at CHCA. Man, and you're starting here from ground zero. Talk about just being able to mold something like this.
Yeah, I mean, I was very lucky at New Albany coming after Coach Golden. The program was on the rise, and then same thing with CHCA coming after Eric Taylor. The program was on the rise, so this is something a little bit different. This program has some great history and past, but the last year just wasn't a great year for most teams, but it definitely wasn't a great year for them, and so we are kind of constructing from the bottom right now.
Hey, when you look at numbers, I've been talking to a few coaches, especially at the private school level, numbers being down this year. What about you guys? How are your numbers here?
We're about 67, so we're decent. We're about 20 a class. Our smallest class is our senior class. So we're kind of happy with that. We are going to try to run 3 teams. We're going to call it JVA and JVB. So we're kind of happy with our numbers right now, but we know they're not always great around, and we're just trying to keep the kids.
What do you think of these people around this program and this school? I mean, I've been covering these guys for a while, and it always seems like there's a good core of people supporting you here at Fenwick.
Great support, and that was one of the reasons why we came. We actually played them at CHCA, and I just remember how tough and physical they were, and how unified as a team they were. And so those are some of the factors that brought me here to Fenwick.
Well, let's talk a little bit about the offense. Tell us about the 2021 Falcons offense.
Well, I got very lucky. I got a pretty good head coach, and Brandon Philpott to come over to be our OC. He brought a few of his guys from Waynesville, so we'll be a gun. We'll be 3-by-2, 2-by-1, 2-by-2, and run some veer offense and be under center and be in the gun too. But Brandon's an incredible offensive coordinator. He's an incredible football coach, and these guys are dialed in already. And
defensively, this team gave up more than 30 a game last year. What are you going to implement now new and to help maybe offset some of that scoring that the other teams were having?
Yeah, definitely. Brought over my good time, long-term friend with Dave Simon. His last stop was at Mueller's, the DC. He was with me at CHCA. So we're going to be a 3-4 team. I'm going to be moving around, flying around, and if you ever seen Dave on the sideline, his nickname is Pogo Stick. So he's very excitable and emotional, and the kids are really going to play for him.
And looking at, they were talking about Jalen Martians, got some of your players working with them. What's it mean to have somebody like that? Played at Ohio State, played in the pros. What's it like to have him around talking to your kids?
It's awesome. He's first of all, unbelievable young man. I met with him very early on. If Canada wasn't open, he'd be on our coaching staff right now. So he was scheduled to be our wide receiver coach. And obviously Canada called, and he needs to finish out his game. But he's an incredible young man that really knows the game of football, a student of the game of football, and he's helped out a lot with our kids.
There you go. Mark Mueller, the head coach of the Fenwick Falcons.